Welcome back to another tutorial. Up to the Time presents external arcs to two unequal circles, internal arcs to two unequal circles, and finally, an internal external arc to two unequal circles. Please observe the screen closely and carefully. The information will be on your right and the drawings would be on your left. Here in the screen, you will see that I have the demonstration finished, as you can see how it will look when I'm finished. And I also have some side notes to help you, to guide you while I go through this construction. Now, I'm going to go to a fresh start right here. And we are going to start by creating the configuration, where A is, where B is, and the distance between A and B. And I have all that information right here. So the first thing, let's get started. The distance between A and B is 205 millimeters. Radius A is 75 millimeters, and radius B is 50 millimeters. Now we are given a radius C, which is 200 millimeters, but we need to find radius C. First, connecting A and B and put in two circles, one at A and one at B. So let's get this going. So I'm going to first draw a line. I'm going to make sure I'm on my construction layer. Yes, I'm there and I'm ready to go. I'm going to draw a line here at my point A. This is where I want to start. And my line is going to be 205 millimeters. And then at this point, I'm going to call that B. So I'm going to copy A over. Yeah, right here. And I'm going to call this B. Good now. Next thing is I need to create a circle at A, and the circle at A is going to be 75 millimeters radius, and at B is going to be 50 millimeters radius. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to hit C for circle, or I can just go out here and hit C and hit the circle icon and get the same thing. The circle is 75 millimeter radius. That's there. B, 50 millimeter radius. That's there. So your configuration should look something like that. Seeing that I'm going to be using this configuration for the next two examples, I'm going to copy this over into these squares at the same time. So to copy, I go CO. That's the shortcut. It brings up the copy. I hit enter to activate the function, and I'm going to use a green grab to select everything that I want. Once I've done that, I'm going to hit enter to copy, and I'm going to hit a point where I want to hold this information. So I'm going to bring it over here and over here. All right, so I've copied my configuration so that when I'm finished this external arc, I can go straight to the next one. So now let's work with the calculations. We have in circle A 75 millimeter, we have in circle B 50 millimeter, and we have the distance between A and B, which is 200 millimeter. Now we need to find some point called C. How are we going to go about doing that? Well, we need to create a construction circle from radius A. And we need to create a construction circle at radius B. So the construction circle at radius A is going to be 200 minus 75. So where did we get this 200 all of a sudden? Now 200 is actually the radius that is used to join the circle A to circle B. The radius arc that you can see here where my mouse is highlighting. That there is 200. So that is where our 200 comes from. So at circle A, I'm going to take away 75 from that 200 and get 125. And at circle B, I'm going to take away 50 from 200 and get 150. And where these circles meet, because those are the dimensions for my construction circles, where these two circles meet will be my point C. And at point C, I'm going to open my compass to 200 and it should touch A and B and create a tangent. So let me do that now. Pitch a circle starting at the axis of A, open it to 125. That is my 125 radius. And then over at circle B, we are going to work with the item with the number 50. We are going to subtract 50 from 200. We get 150. Create a circle that is 150 radius from circle B. They create a point at the top and the bottom. Now we're going to work with the point at the bottom. That is our point C. I'm going to hit C for circle. I'm going to start a circle there and open it to 200 because we have located our point C. So now it's time for me to trim. I'm going to use the trim command, TR, enter. And I'm going to select everything with a green grab. Well, select the drawing, not the text, and then hit enter to activate. And I'm just going to go over here and remove things that I don't need. All right. I think that's it. So this first problem is completed. Good. So we know where everything is. Now over here, we move on to another construction. This construction, we are going to create an internal arc to two unequal circles. Just change the note there quickly. Good. And we worked with the same configuration. Radius A, 75, radius B, 50, distance between A and B, 205. Now for this one, we're going to add. In the last one, we subtracted. This one, we're going to add. Because we're creating an internal arc that's supposed to go somewhere down here. It's an arc that goes in if it's going to the center where A and B is. So when we add 200 to 75, we get 275. So the circle at A, which is our construction circle, is going to be 275. It goes off the page. And the circle at B is going to be 250. Because we add 50 to 200 and it goes off the page too. And it forms some point over here. Let's call that point D. So I'm just going to move this D that I already have here. Let's bring that somewhere down here. Oops. Good. So I'm going to create a circle at point D. And I'm going to open my compass to 200. And look what happens. It touches these two circles and create an internal arc to two unequal circles. Now I'm going to trim this because I want to remove some of these large circles that we're finished with. Oh, but before I do that, let me just connect them so that we know where point D is. I create my triangle, which is A, B, D, right? That's good to go. Time to trim. And time to delete. This is our internal arc to two unequal circles. The formula for this is you add the radius, you add the two radii. The last one, which is an external arc to two unequal circles. So let me just change this. Internal, external arc to two unequal circles. Oops, good. We're working with the same configuration. Good now. Let's work with this. Now this is a combination of both adding and subtracting. So what do we need to add? Well, at circle A, we need to subtract. We need to subtract circle E, which is 200. In this case, our E is our 200. We need to subtract 75 from 200. And that will give us something like 125. So we're going to open our construction circle to 125. That's there. And then at circle B, we're going to add. How are we going to do that? We are going to be adding 200 to 50. 50 is the radius here. 200 is our circle E. And we add 200 to 50, we get 250. C for circle, and we create a radius 250. And they intersect somewhere at this point here. But I'm going to do this on the above side, seeing that we have clear space up here. We can do the demonstration either below or above, because if you recognize that the bigger circle interacts the smaller construction circle at 2 points. So you can always do this below or above. Now, at this point, this is where I'm going to open my compass and create 200 millimeter. All right, so I go C and I open it to 200, and it does something like this, where it touches circle A and it goes directly inside and it touches circle B, and then it goes along on its business. So I'm going to put in my point E, and then I'm going to trim this. So bear with me. I'm just copying point A over to here. Good, and we're going to call that point E. Now it's time to trim. TR, bring up the trim menu, enter to activate it, select everything, a green grab, then hit enter, and we're going to trim the construction circle. We're going to trim, yeah, we need to trim some more. So let's grab these things better. And trim that, trim that, trim that, trim that, trim that. Okay, good. What you can trim, you delete. And I'm going to create, oh there, I should have drawn my lines first to find out where point E is before I trim the circles. But no fear, I remember point E is on this side 125, and on this side it's 250. All right, so just connect to form my triangle. Now I'm going to remove my circles. Good. So now we have finished the exercise. Down here to the finish one, and let's recap. So we have an external arc to two unequal circles. We have an internal arc to two unequal circles. And we have an internal external arc to two unequal circles. I hope you guys learned something new today, and if so, please subscribe to the channel to continue learning. Thank you.